silent operator, smooth operator. That is what Queen May is. A lot of people wondered why she didn't come out on social media ranting. At least if something that belongs to you is stolen, if something that belongs to you is taken away, you want to grieve, you want to come out to show your anger. She never ever did any of this. She kept herself low, operating, working, doing the doings underneath. And if you've been on this platform, you will recollect that she bought a multi-million mansion. She bought that for herself and her children. And from what we heard, the house that belongs to both herself and Edochie will be put out on rent, or she might be selling, but I think it will be put out on rent depending on whatever it is that will eventually happen. As you know, the reason why that house is kept that way is because you and me have underage children, and these children, according to the law in Nigeria, particularly that of Lagos State, those children must have a stable place to live in. And of course, a place that is close to their school, to whatever it is that they do, to their social life. That is what the law in Lagos State stipulates. Now, Edochie wanted something. He said, well, this house belongs to both of us. I need to have a share of it. If this house is going to be divided into two, if we are going to divide it with anything, if I'm going to have my own part here, I'm going to live in this house because this house belongs to me. How dare you think you can take this house for yourself? This is not possible. I am not saying you shouldn't have a part. You can have a part. I must also have a part because I have nowhere to live. That house, we must live in that house if it requires division. This is what it is. Now, the plan of that house is going to be difficult for them to have division. But this resulted to a case in court. They both went to the court whilst, Yul and Juju Austin are all over the street acting insane, landing in Enugu Psychiatric Hospital after some few injections, coming out, and all of those up and down crazy things that both of them have been involved in. Well, they have their lawyers who represent them in court. Well. Yul left the psychiatric home after some few packaging that they, put in their blood for them to calm down. They left and they came back to, Yul and Juju Austin, they came back to Enugu. Yul needed to meet with his lawyer because of this case. And he arrived in Lagos. Normally, he would have just walked into his home when it was his home. He could have just done that, but he cannot. He could not. He got there hoping that he was going to use his keys to open the gate and all of that. But the gate could not be opened with the key. And he met with the security guard saying, hey, open the gate. I was saying, sir, what did you say? Sorry, you are not entitled to move or step into this house anymore. You're not entitled to any of those things, sir. I respect you, but Madam said that you cannot come in, and I'm sorry, I cannot allow you come in. I cannot allow. And he was like, are you mad? You know how he does? Are you? Who? Oh my. And the man said, no, with due respect, sir, you cannot come into this house anymore. Well, after all said and done and all of that, was getting so late, he insisted, he said he's going to be here. I'm going to create a scene. I'm going to be this. I'm going to cause trouble you. I will make sure I deal with you, this and that. Well, May got a call from the security guard, and the security guard explained what was on ground, what is happening. Like, madam, Yul is here, not Oga. Yul is here, and he's insisting that he needs to come into the house. He's going to sleep in the house, blah blah blah, this and that, prior to the court hearing, that he still has access and license to the house, that he didn't chase May or the children out of that house, that the house belongs to them. That doesn't mean that he cannot come to that house anytime he wants to see his children or to stay there, even though the court, due to some issues and arguments, said, mister, you cannot come close to that house pending this and that. Well, that has passed. It has elapsed. That do not come around these particular kilometers. That one has elapsed. That's why he was able to come to the house. Eventually, after all said and done and all this and that, May being in our own place, said, okay, you know what? I'm coming to the house, because she needs to be sure that Madam, and I'm talking of Madam Juju Austin, will not accompany or give you something to place in the house. So she needed to come in there to make sure that that house, she is watching over it, apart from the security, because it could be overwhelming for the security. And who knows, the security can just say, okay, Oga, now because I respect you, so Oga, if you want to go into the toilet of your house before you can step in there. Well, she returned back to the house, and that is how Yul also got in. But Yul was not permitted. Do you want to know where Yul Edochie slept? That's why when we say from hero to zero, from grace to grass, it is not a joke. At the end of the day, Yul Edochie slept right in the security boys' quarter. That is where he slept. So he could prepare himself to meet up with the case. Some would have said, why didn't he just go to lodge in an hotel and all of that? Well, I don't know. I think you know that he's broke now. Things are no longer how it used to be. Things are no longer the same. So much trouble here and there. Money is not coming in, you see. Money is going out faster than, you get what I mean? So eventually, he slept in the security posts overnight. Now, according to something else that we heard, do you know that when both Yul and the security guard were having back and forth, the security guard had to tell Yul, go, please, Oga, go and meet your Enugu bag of rice. Go and meet your Juju Austin. Go and meet your Enugu watermelon. Just imagine, security guard that used to say Ogasa. And after everything, after all said and done, well, you called his family members, called them on phone, asking them to come over, saying that they must come, they must discuss this, that May cannot block her from coming into the house whenever he wants to. You see, this man is just hell-bent on this polygamy. I never know. I've never seen this kind of thing before. He's just hell-bent on having that family life in that way. You see, ever since Kambili Chuku passed away, and I think it's going to be 3 months now that all this happened. Ever since all of these things happened, coupled with so much drama that we are seeing on social media, a lot of people are worried for Yul Edochie at one time, but now people are no longer worried anymore. They have handed him over to Juju Austin for both of them to continue to finish themselves. This is just what it is. People are now celebrating May and using this as a lesson. This is now a lesson to a lot of people. I don't know what your thoughts are as regards to this one. Kindly like and share. Kindly subscribe to this channel. See you in the next update.